Now look, today we're diving into one of the most shocking and heartbreaking stories coming out of Mexico this year. Authorities in Ciudad Juárez just uncovered hundreds of uncremated bodies inside of a private crematorium. I mean, I'm talking about a discovery that's been called nothing short of hell on earth by prosecutors. This isn't a movie. This isn't fiction. This shit really happened. Look, make sure y'all stay until the end of this episode because we about to dive right in. Welcome back to another episode of Eyes Low, Belly Full. As y'all know, this marks episode number 77. Now, let's start with the facts. In late June, officials received an anonymous tip. Someone reported a strong foul smell coming from a building on the outskirts of Ciudad Juárez. And that led authorities to a private crematory called Funeraria Paz Eterna. And what they found inside is crazy, Slim. Like, they found over 383 bodies with men, women, elderly folks, babies. They even found partial remains of like at least 6 or 7 other bodies. Like, man, like it's crazy because I'm not even surprised. This is Mexico. And what's even more crazy is that these isn't like they weren't new corpses. They weren't brand new, fresh, dead bodies. You feel what I'm saying? Like many have been reportedly there for years. I'm talking about stacked on top of each other, stored in rooms, even some of them even outside. Prosecutors even believe that some of the bodies was there for like 3 to 5 years without being cremated.
They just found 383 bodies at this alleged funeral home. Can you all tell me what is going on and how nobody discovered this sooner? Because can you imagine the smell alone from these bodies? This would not be a pleasant smell at all. So can you tell me what is going on, what was happening here, and how nobody discovered this sooner? Something ain't right at all with this right here. And this was at a crematorium right near the U.S. and Mexico border. So you tell me what is going on with this. This is, again, very bizarre. Apparently, some of the bodies that they discovered were only there for a month. Wow. What is really going on? So you had family members getting these urns too, right? And they thought, oh yes, this is my family member. Well, turns out that wasn't the case. This is very strange stuff. What do you think?
Now, the big question is, how does this even happen? You feel me? The crematory had active contracts with at least 6 different funeral homes who were sending bodies there expecting proper cremation. I mean, the family paid for services. Ashes were expected to be returned, but apparently they weren't cremating anyone. You feel me? The bodies was just left there to sit, undisposed, uncared for, and basically forgotten. Now, authorities believe that this could be criminal negligence at best, or intentional fraud at worst. You feel me? And we're talking about hundreds of families who might have received fake ashes, or worse, nothing at all. Now, 2 arrests have already been made. The owner of the crematory, Jose Arellano, and also one of the employees, Facundo Martinez. And both of them are being held in custody until prosecutors build their case. And if both of them are found guilty of mishandling human remains, they could face up to 19 years behind bars. 19 years in prison in Mexico. That's a long bid. That's damn near like life in prison in the United States.
Somebody tell me how nearly 400 bodies was discovered in one building and nobody noticed for years. They wasn't cremating them, y'all. They was letting the bodies sit, developing a smell. Do you know how strong that smell had to been? And nobody knew? Yeah, alright. This was at a crematorium right near the U.S. and Mexico border, y'all. And get this, y'all. They said some of the bodies that's there was only there for a month. Y'all, and the crazy part is family members were getting handed ashes in an urn thinking it was their family members, and it wasn't the whole time. They was thinking their family members was getting cremated, and the whole time they were doing some weird shit probably. The Mexican authorities said some of these bodies date back from like 3 to 4 years ago. So they said as of right now, they arrested the owner and some of the employees that work there. I don't know, but it feel like something dark going on behind this shit. They said this was in a cartel heavy zone in an area called Juárez, right across from El Paso, Texas, y'all. They said in that area, a lot of trafficking or disappearances take place. So if they found all these bodies in this one place, how many other places are doing the same thing? And how many family members were being lied to, saying they were giving their family ashes when the whole time their bodies was still in the same place? I need y'all thoughts on this as always. This shit crazy, fool.
And the investigators aren't stopping there. I mean, they're looking into funeral homes who worked with the crematory, and also they're looking into government officials who failed inspections or oversights. But what hurts the most in all this, I mean, it's not about the crime. It's about the families who trusted the system. People expected services, expected their loved ones to be properly cremated and the ashes to be sent back to them. I mean, imagine mourning somebody for years to find out that they were never cremated, never respected, still sitting in a building with hundreds of others. Now, prosecutors called the scene a unprecedented drama, and others called it a mass grave disguised as a business. But for the families, it's a deep betrayal of trust. And this isn't a story about Ciudad Juárez. It's a warning about what can happen when there is no accountability, no oversight, and when greed takes over humanity. I mean, hundreds of families left with the question that they had never thought they'd have to ask. And authorities still got a long road to identifying all the victims and who was supposed to be cremated, and to basically make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. Now, I want to hear what y'all think about this situation. If this was your family, how would you respond? Would you demand justice or try your best to move on? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And if this video resonated with you, go ahead and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe and hit that bell notification for more episodes. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.